third step was going solar. So there's rooftop solar, which the typical home spends $10,000 to $20,000 to install it. Annual savings is $1,200 to $2,500. Typical payback periods is in 10 to 20 years, depending on how much sun. And then the typical project lifespan is 30 years. There is a 30% tax credit that's been extended for another 10 years because of the IRA. And you can now also install a electric panel upgrade and home battery that, if you do it with your solar installation, all falls under the same tax credit. But you have to do it all at the same time. So that's one catch there. But we have a few tools here, which is you can use Google Project Sunroof to see your rooftop solar potential, or you can use Energy Sage to see competing qualified solar quotes. I'll show you those in a little bit. And then community solar, unfortunately, for most people in Wisconsin, they don't have access to community solar because our state hasn't enabled community solar laws. It's only in 13 states, but the cool thing about that is you're basically getting a solar share of a solar field. So there's no upfront cost. You get savings on your bill every month, usually of 10 to 15% of your electricity costs. You're immediately saving money, and your typical contract length is 10 to 30 years. And there are now tax credits for community solar developers, which I think is lighting a fire under states that don't have community solar laws in place, to get those in place to allow more development to happen in states. So we have two tools to help with that. Energy Sage helps in these 13 states and DC, and then Join Solar helps in Minnesota and Maine. How do I explore my solar options? There's, as I mentioned, those 4 options. I won't go really deep into these, but similarly, on the homepage, go to the upper left, go to the solar options, type in your zip code. I'm going to type in a Minnesota one so you can quickly see. We have Energy Sage here, Google Project Sunroof here to help folks with rooftop solar. And then you won't see anything in Wisconsin, but in Minnesota, you've got Energy Sage Community and Join Solar Community. You can click into those, look at what options there are. I will do a quick plug for Google Project Sunroof and skip the others for now, because if all the time I'm hearing, friends and family like, oh, I thought about going solar, but there's that tree and, the sun and the blah, blah, blah. Just pull up Google Project Sunroof and type in your address, and Google has satellite imagery of your rooftop, where the sun hits, how much sun hits it over the course of a whole year. And then you can adjust your sort of average electricity bill, generate some estimates of how big of a solar array you would need to cover your energy use. And then it gives you estimates of what approximately that would cost in terms of upfront, what your savings would be, and how long it would take you to pay it back. This is a really great way to quickly figure out, is it worth my time to go further or not? Because this is one of the biggest things, is if you don't have enough sun, it's really hard to make that money back. And then I'll just quickly say Energy Sage does a very similar thing. But the nice thing about Energy Sage is once you go through that solar suitability analysis, you can then request quotes for installation from their whole certified network. And so you get multiple quotes, and you can compare those quotes then before you decide to go with an installer. So it allows you to comparison shop, is the real value of Energy Sage. Again, we have you can find them on their own, or if you use our link through our site, we get 25% of the commission they receive for a completed sale. So that helps us. No additional cost or charges for going through us, but we do appreciate if you use these links and encourage people to use those links.